Peacemaker Season 2 cannot keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with it. They can't keep getting away with it. Because that's just an insane cliffhanger to end off this episode. Like, what am I supposed to do? Rewatch this episode alone like I'm Steven Glansberg? But I ain't mad at it because that episode was fire. And if you couldn't already tell, I just got done watching episode 4 of Peacemaker Season 2. And so much happened this episode. We learned where the quantum unfolding chamber comes from, some insane reveals and potential cameos, as well as where this season is headed. And I'm letting you know right now, it's going to be pain. And I'm going to be recapping and reviewing the episode with my spoiler-filled thoughts. So if you're not trying to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like and follow, but come back after because I still need to hear your thoughts. But either way, me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. So we pick up this episode with a flashback to 35 years ago with Chris, his brother, and his dad going on a hunting trip. And his father is still a mentally and physically abusive piece of shit who hits something in the distance which we're led to believe is a deer. But my dear, what the fuck is that? They shot Dobby from Harry Potter. They shot Slender Man's Mini-Me. They shot Albino Kermit. Now, I'm not entirely sure what kind of creature this is, but if I had to guess, it's another type of imp. Just given the fact that it has the technology and powers to open up a multiversal rift in the universe to go to different dimensions, 99 different ones to be exact. So does that mean we're gonna get Mr. Mixpixelix, a fucking longest name ever, and Batmite? And James Gunn has just been hinting and teasing at these fucking imps. He mentioned Batmite in Peacemaker Season 1, so don't be surprised if they show up sooner rather than later. But anyway, Augie peels that motherfucker's muffin cap back blue. Chris tries to stop him from killing it, but of course he bitch slaps him and tells like, boy, don't you ever tell me what to do. Get the fuck out my face. But he leaves behind him this little quantum purse. That's what I'm gonna call it anyway. But more importantly, one of those little Monsters Inc. doors that goes to the quantum unfolding chamber. So that's how they initially get to QUC, but there's more to this story than meets the eye. More on that in a second. Because we pick back up with present time and we get a very James Gunn written scene here where all the characters just kind of feel like a joke that James Gunn thinks is really funny, but I'm kind of just like mellow on it. It's okay, it's fine, it's just not the funniest thing in the world. But they're off to see the wizard, and that wizard's name is Christopher fucking Peacemaker Smith. And again, thank you casting department for Sacha Bordeaux and Tim Meadows, y'all killed it. We essentially pick up with Chris immediately where the last episode ended off, with him taking a nice little chill pill on his bed, then realizing that his house is fucked up. And Eagly's over there trying to farm some snacks. As Chris walks in like, how come every time I come in the kitchen, you eating all the food? But the entire Argus army is fucking mobilizing on his squad. You got the front, left, right, up, down. All while Peacemaker's telling Eagly, stop. No, that's my food. Bad Eagly, your food's over there. You just gotta love the cinematic parallels between Peacemaker, Eagly, and Superman and Krypto. A man's only good as his bird, or dog, or whatever domesticated pet you got. Thankfully, Econogo gives Peacemaker a heads up to get the fuck out. No spell check required, just get the fuck up out of there, bro. As Sasha and the Bordettes pull up, Peacemaker grabs some bologna to get Eagly out the fucking house. Shit was so funny. As I'm Mary Poppins, y'all, eats some of Eagly's 4-day-old shit. He's able to tell that he's been eating cold cuts. Peacemaker's able to escape through the woods before Argus pulls up on his crib, but not before Judo Master's just doing a bunch of fucking backflips chasing him. They get into a nice little fight. Shit's kind of funny. Meanwhile, Captain Cultural Appropriation's got Eagly in his sights, but that's when John Economos hits him with a fucking truck stick. For a second, I was like, okay, John, you finally using your fucking size to your advantage. Last week, I was saying that brother's big for no fucking reason. But here, you almost fucking killed him. And just when that little spider monkey Judo Master's on Peacemaker's back, he says, ha, somebody get this monkey off my back, and tosses him off and lands on him. Calls him the toilet paper on his shoe that won't get the fuck off. But thankfully, he's able to find the quantum purse. And we cut to Adebayo, who's excited because she's got her business in a magazine. That's when she goes to text her boo thing, but notices that Chris says, 911, please help me now. Meanwhile, Sacha Bordeaux and the rest of Argus are having trouble getting into the quantum unfolding chamber door. So that's when she calls up Economos to come help. And thankfully, he didn't kill Mary Poppins, y'all. And he even forgot everything, but now he just hit him with a bigger motivation that that's probably the main fucking eagle that controls all other eagles, which is some nut shit, but fuck it, he's in. That's when Chris and Eagly pull up on Adebayo, who, by the way, got there fast as shit. That's a real ride or die A1 since day one. Tim Meadows won't stop calling John Economos Ginger Cool. He even calls him GC at one point. So he spits in his face, telling him to stop doing that. And shit was so funny. He said, what the fuck? More of this. But on their way to the new hideout, Peacemaker tells Ads everything about the quantum unfolding chamber. But when Adebayo asks him about who his dad making the helmets and shit, he conveniently gets a phone call from Economos telling him that they're about to open up the door. So he tells Economos to stall Argus. So who made those helmets? There's more to this than meets the eye, because he confirms that his dad's a dumbass and he doesn't know how to do shit. And while Economos is stalling, Chris pulls up to his grandpa's cabin and uses one of those doors to open up the new quantum unfolding chamber and close the one at his house. And of course, for the dramatics in the theater, he does it just in the nick of time. Opens up this new door and closes the old one. But that shit explodes. But it works because it's supposed to explode. That's when Bordeaux makes the boss call to Rick Flag Sr. and she's like, listen, there ain't nothing here but a bunch of old sweaters. So that's when Rick Flag Sr. is like, all right, bet. It's time to punch below the belt now. He flies across the country to pull up on Harcourt on some would-be wannabe father-in-law shit, telling her to call him Rick, calling his own son Ricky. And he confirms what we all thought. She was blackballed and blacklisted by Amanda Waller on her way out of Argus. But if she wants an opportunity to get her life back and her jobs back, bring me the Peacemaker, Amelia Harcourt. Fuck! Come back to Ads and Peacemaker. They're having a very nice conversation about how Chris is struggling with accepting his actual reality and wanting to be a part of the other universe, and he feels like it's fucked up, like him and his doppelganger that he killed Felt like they were switched places at birth. But Ads being his fucking rock gives him the right word and says that you were always meant to be in this universe. This is where God wanted you to be. That's when Adrian, aka Vigilante, pulls up with doors and door hinges. And I gotta say, this season needs more Vigilante, bro. What's going on? Matter of fact, if that other universe, the perfect universe, is actually Earth X with all the fucking Yahtzees, I would love to see Vigilante just pull up and pull a Deadpool kills the Marvel universe in that universe. Y'all remember what he had to say to Augie Smith last season? Need that. But as they're getting situated, Chris conveniently texts Emilia Harcourt similarly to the other universe, Emilia Harcourt, and just says, hey, and she says, hey, what's up? And you could just see the confliction on her face, like, damn, I'm really about to backstab this motherfucker, but he killed the person that the only person I was close with, and I don't feel like getting close to you. You can see that hesitation that she has. But very smartly, Chris tells her to meet him at a park. Of course, Argus is gonna be there, and they're gonna be watching. And I like when she tells Rick Flag Sr., hey, y'all gonna need more than fucking these bums over here to take out the Peacemaker. And while all that's happening, Captain Cultural Appropriation is doing some fucking voodoo magic shit, thinking he is a native, but it actually works, and it takes him to like this fucking spiritual realm where he's able to spy on Eagly. So this is confirmed that Eagly is that like all-powerful eagle god that he said he was, but he sees where he lands and he says, I got you, motherfucker. And now they know where the new quantum unfolding chamber is. And the episode ends with Emilia Harcourt on a park bench similar to the other universe, only in this universe, it's not gonna end well. As we got the rest of Argus just watching on, pretending to be civilians. And James Gunn, you ain't slick, bucko, but I ain't mad at it. As the episode ends with Chris like even hesitating driving there to meet her. We cut to black and that's how the episode ends. And I just gotta say, what the fuck? Y'all gotta stop leaving us on these crazy ass cliffhangers because these episodes are only like 40 minutes long anyway. But it's not a bad thing when we're all craving the next episode. But things are starting to spice up and I can't wait for next week. We learn where the quantum unfolding chamber came from. But like I said, there's more to that story than meets the eye. I have a feeling that Augie Smith learned how to make those helmets from someone else or someone else gave them to him. And now you got the drama with Harcourt and Peacemaker and her backstabbing the 11th Street kids. Are you kidding me? Plus, I'm still hoping and praying that Superman makes a cameo and gives Chris that cosign because if he does, what better cosign can you want than the punk rocker himself? But all in all, another very solid episode. I'm loving this season of Peacemaker. I just wish it was longer for real. But let me know what you thought about that episode and my thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.
What is that? That a monkey? Gorilla Grodd. Just playing. Sound like a whimpering monkey. Is that bald weasel? What is that? That look like Dobby. That look like an albino Kermit. Oh my goodness. He just peeled his muffin cap back blue. Holy shit, brother.
Tell me don't. Since when I take orders from you.
What a piece of shit. Look like a Slender Man's mini-me or something. What is that? Is that I thought it was a helmet. It looks like a purse. Monsters Inc. for ya. What an intro. Holy shit. Oh, I love seeing the shifting perspective. Alright, before we get... Alright, I gotta talk about that for a little bit. So, I don't know where exactly the quantum unfolding chamber comes from, but obviously it comes from that little fucking creature. I don't know what that is. Someone with vaster DC Comics lore than me can probably explain because I'm honestly not familiar with Peacemaker at all. If I had to guess, I would say that's an imp just because they keep talking about imps in Peacemaker season 1 and 2. I just never... I don't know. They all... I guess imps come in different shapes and sizes because we got one in Superman that looks like a giant ass blimp, but Mr. Mix picked fucking longest name ever, and Bat might look like they look. So I don't know if that, you know... But if I had to guess, that's what I would say. I mean, they have the power to manipulate multiversal travel, dimensional travel, all of that shit. For a second, when we got the back shot of that little creature, I thought it was Weasel. I was like, hold on, what's Weasel doing here? But then I noticed like the little helmet, and then obviously we got whatever the fuck that creature was. Poor little thing, man. It also shows you how fucked up his dad still was. Billy Bob Thornton. In this universe, his dad is still fucked up, even before he lost his son and everything. But yeah, I don't know what that is, what that could mean. It's just very interesting that shit happened. I can't believe they revealed that just off rip though. Shit, let me know what you think this whole thing means for real, because I'm confused too, but that's why I gotta keep watching this episode. So let's resume.